Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Spanish tragedy, and today we get to hear from Hieronimo in Act 3, Scene 7. But oh no, yesterday we were in Act 3, Scene 5, so we have a little bit of catching up that we need to do. So Pedringano, as you may remember, was instructed by Lorenzo to kill Cerberine because Lorenzo's trying to get rid of his accomplices that helped him kill Horatio. Hieronimo is pretty sure that it was Balthazar and Lorenzo that did it because he found a letter that Bellimperia had written in her own blood implicating them, but he's still trying to make sure that that's true before he takes real action in that vein. But Pedringano did show up to where he was supposed to go kill Cerberine, and Cerberine showed up because he was told he had to meet somebody there, and Pedringano killed him. And then Lorenzo had arranged for the watch to be there to see Pedringano kill Cerberine so he would get arrested. And Lorenzo has been feeding Pedringano lies in jail, basically saying, oh, your pardon's coming, everything's fine, I got your back, I'll make sure that you're covered, blah, 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 all this stuff. And he sent a box to Pedringano via messenger that we found out because the messenger got curious. You know, you tell somebody don't look in this box, of course they're going to look in the box, which the messenger did, and we discovered that there was no pardon in that box. And so the messenger was like, do I deliver it or do I not deliver it? Because either way I'm going to get in significant trouble. And that was Act 3, Scene 5. Act 3, Scene 6 kicks off with Hieronimo and a deputy walking in, and Hieronimo is like, seriously, I have to do this? I have to execute justice when nobody is treating me with any sort of justice? You know, I have to be the bigger man? Why do I have to be the bigger man? And all this kind of stuff. And it's, you know, his position in society is basically the answer. He's like, all right, fine, let's do this. Let's just sentence this guy Pedringano so he can be put to death. So they bring in Pedringano. They take him up to the gallows, and the hangman is there, and they're getting ready to execute him. And he gets into some wordplay and some banter, both with Hieronimo and then also with the hangman. Well, he's trying to stall for time because he wants his pardon to show up, and he's very confident that his pardon is going to show up. And he's talking to the hangman about, like, you know, be nice to me on the way up, otherwise I won't be nice to you on the way down, and stuff like that, on and on. Until he's like, you know, see that guy over there with the box? Like, that's going to do it. And there's somebody like with a box pointing at it. And the hangman's like, yep, nope. And basically like kicks the stool out from under him or lets him drop through. And Pedringano is hanged and killed. Hieronimo doesn't actually stick around to watch that part. He gets really frustrated with Pedringano's impudence in this, and he leaves. After which point the hangman sort of speeds things up a little bit, and Pedringano is hanged to death. And when the deputy instructs the people to take him down after he's died, he's like, yeah, don't bother to bury him. We don't want to sully the dirt with the body of a murderer. And that's Act 3, Scene 6. So an impassioned plea for life that did not happen, and then an improper non-burial for Pedringano. That's what he gets for all of his actions and all of his trials. So then Act 3, Scene 7, we're still sort of in that same general geographic area. And Hieronimo is there rather by himself at the moment. And he says, where shall I run to breathe abroad my woes? My woes whose weight hath wearied the earth. Or mine exclaims that have surcharged the air with ceaseless plaints for my deceased son. The blustering winds, conspiring with my words, at my lament have moved the leafless trees, disrobed the meadows of their flowered green, made mountains marsh with spring tides of my tears, and broken through the brazen gates of hell. Yet still tormented is my tortured soul with broken sighs and restless passions that winged mount and hovering in the air beat at the windows of the brightest heavens, soliciting for justice and revenge. But they are placed in those imperial heights where countermured with walls of diamond, I find the place impregnable, and they resist my woes and give my words no way. So he's still in mourning, is basically what this boils down to. He's in mourning and has nobody to talk to about it. He feels like he's been sighing and crying and doing all of these things, and while the passion of his emotion is enough to change nature, to change the course of nature and all of that, it feels to him like it's not going anywhere, it's not doing anything, it's not accomplishing anything. He doesn't feel any better. He still feels like he needs to get revenge. So this is Hieronimo's state of mind kind of monologue. And at the end of it, the hangman comes in. He's like, so when we were taking Pedringano down, he was holding on to this letter, and you might want to look at it because I think we made a mistake in hanging him. And Hieronimo's like, let me look at the letter. And the hangman's like, so if this comes right down to it, you'll protect me, right? Because this wasn't really my bad. And Hieronimo's like, yeah, whatever. And the hangman leaves, and Hieronimo is going to have a monologue tomorrow, which includes the contents of the letter. So we will get into that then. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.